Hey everyone, I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another car review here at Fairfield Ford in Fairfield, California. Now today is going to be a little bit different style review because it is a little impromptu. I'm here picking up a part for the Super Beast and I came across a brand new 2020 F-450 Super Duty dually and a 2019 F-450 Super Duty, both in the Platinum. And so the reason why I wanted to do this vlog and why I had to do it so quickly is this truck is already sold. It's actually a customer's custom-built truck, so it's gonna have a lot of bells and whistles on this thing. But the comparison is here, a 2020 F-450 Platinum compared to a 2019 F-450 Platinum. So let's take a look around the trucks, front, back, side to side, and figure out what's different about these trucks and figure out, was it worth waiting for the 2020 over the 2019? All right, so as you guys can see, the front grille on the 2020 is absolutely beautiful. Now, I am not a fan of the 2020 headlights. I like the 2019. But we can also see down below, you've got your differences in fog lights, slightly difference in bumpers and the headlights, of course. And then the 2020, you can see, has the front windscreen. Now, this is a custom-built truck that the customer ordered, so this is gonna have basically a lot of different things that you wouldn't generally see on a stock 2020 that the dealership would have ordered, like the front fascia up front. This is the windscreen, and what's nice about it is it's got the Super Duty already engraved in. But I really dig the grille on the 2020 over the 2019. But I love the headlights of the 2019 over the 2020. I like the horseshoe better. I like it complete instead of the two breakups. Now, I do like the grille. The bumper is slightly different. You can see there's a few little notches there, but the fog lights are a bit more functional looking on the 2020 than over on the 2019, which I just replaced the 2019, my F-250, with the Morimoto headlights and fog lights. So stepping back again and kind of taking a side-by-side look at the front, you can see as far as the top lights, slightly different. They're clear on the 2020 and amber on the 2019. I also did notice that they moved the antenna in the front from the front of the 2019. It's now in the back of the 2020. Rims look exactly identical, and so you can see here coming to the side, basically the front is almost identical. Badging should be identical. Mirrors are going to be identical. All of the sides are completely identical. So we're looking here on the 2019. And this is, of course, the FX4 with the off-road package. And then around here to the back, the Platinum plaque changed and the Super Duty and the emblem location along with the taillights have changed from the 2019 to the 2020. Now the 2020, again, the plaque, I like the plaque a lot better on the 2020, and I like how they did the Super Duty. I don't mind the big on the bottom, but they changed the emblem and put the emblem down on the bottom there. Bumper looks like it's completely identical, and the tail lamp or the latch release looks all identical. Taillights are a little bit different. Again, they're not a full horseshoe like the 2019. I like the 2019 taillights over the 2020. Now you can see rim comparison is pretty much the same. Nothing much different from there to here. Now one of the things I did notice is the amber lights on the 2019 have changed to the clear lights. Of course they're going to be amber lights because of the DOT, but they've changed the lens color from clear to from amber to clear. Door handles are all going to be the same. Pretty much the doors are all the same. Emblems are the same. Plaques are the same. And then back up. Oh, let me show you real quick. They moved the antenna for the GPS to the back area. So that's kind of nice. Rear window looks identical. Doesn't look like they changed the rear taillights or anything. And of course the mirrors are identical, the same with the Ford badging on the inside. All right, so let's go ahead and get on the interior of these. Now on the interior of the 2020, the first thing I saw was the wood difference. We'll see that over on the 2020. But as far as the instrument clusters and the window cluster, it's pretty much the same. Seats look to be the same, except the 2020 we have has a different color and I'm not sure about it. But getting into the truck, you'll see the center instrument cluster is pretty much the infotainment system is exactly the same. There's pretty much no difference, except keep an eye here because this is something that's new that I didn't know. Of course, we've got the same center console and our center here. Gauge cluster and everything is the same. So we'll go ahead and get this thing fired up. So we'll have the same exact center console, except we do have a different version of the sync radio. So you'll notice this one over here compared to the 2020, okay? As far as the back seat, nothing really has changed on the back. The back seats and everything with the California sunroof, it's all pretty much the same. You'll see the seats are folded down over here. Over there, you're gonna see them folded up. So let's go ahead over to the 2020 and take a look at the interior. All right, so the 2020 you guys are gonna see right off the bat. Look at this color. Wow, I don't know how I feel about it. It is almost like a reddish brown. But I'm going to tell you right now, I really absolutely love the carbon fiber wood look. I really, really like this. You can see this is the same, but I will notice that it looks like there are 3 memory seats. I believe there's only 2 on the 2019. Seats look the same, pedals, everything looks the same. And then when we get inside and get this thing fired up, you'll notice the instrument cluster is pretty much exactly the same. There's no difference. Looks like there's a slightly different font, maybe a slightly different font. But when we get over to our radio, you're gonna notice that it is a whole new level. Now, one of the things I do wanna look at and see is when I hit the massaging seats, what kind of seat adjustments are here for the massager, because, it looks like it's just the same, but the newer massaging seats, they have different settings. So, and then down at the bottom, you're gonna have pretty much all of the same controls. Nothing's really big different here, except look at here. No one's been talking about this. This is the new trailer backup assist that is here for your F-450. Now, I can back a trailer up, but it's definitely something that's been in the 150. It's never been in the Super Duties, and now we're here in the Super Duties, and we have that backup assist. You can look here. It looks like it does have a new cell phone charger plate that you can put your cell phone there. And of course, you've got your 2 auxiliaries. You have the mini and the full USB for your sync system. But here's what's nice. Again, remember, this is a customer built. I've never seen one, but look at this. Up. We have the safe installed, which I've never seen one. So that's very cool to kind of see that in there. As far as the sunroof is here, all of the upfitter switches and everything are pretty much all of the same. So really, it looks almost identical. There's really on the interior a few features, but nothing major that sets the interior aside except for the trailer backup assist, obviously the color, and I really love this. I really think that that's a nice new accent piece. But that's your 2020 F-450 Platinum 2020, 2019. So being that this is a customer built truck, I unfortunately can't drive this one, but lucky enough, they just received in a 2020 Platinum. It is in black, so we're gonna be able to drive that one. Let's get in that truck, see how that thing performs over the F-450 in the 2019. All right, guys, so we've got the full authorization finally to go in the 2020 black one, because of course the other one was sold. Just a quick walk around on this. Nothing really different, much different from the white one, except you can see that it doesn't have the front fascia, same grille, bumpers and everything. This is the F-450 Platinum, and this one's got the price tag of $88,000. Whew, boy. And then this one is the Platinum. So this one does have the black interior, which I prefer. I like this one over. Apparently that orange color is a new color, but I really prefer this one. And then of course, it still has the nice, I like these better personally. So let's get the inside videos rolling, and let's take this thing out for a drive. All right, guys, we are ready to roll, and we are in, again, the 2020 F-450 Super Duty. This is the Platinum Edition. So let's get this thing fired up. Now, this is the first time I've driven a 450 dually, so bear with me just a little bit on the girth and the size of this thing. Straight off the bat, getting in this thing, I just kind of feel like home with the F-250. I'm gonna get this thing closed up and some air-conditioned seats on. So we've got our big California sunroof, and we'll close this up just for the sake of the sun for you guys. But here we go. So right off the bat, I will say, the first thing I did notice, and I think I said this in the video, the font is slightly different on the gauge cluster on the center console. It looks like the font stretched out taller. It's kind of just an odd. I don't know if you guys can notice that, but let's go ahead and get this thing into drive. And a little bit funny to see over on the side here, we have our full 10-speed transmission. I was just talking to the gentleman that was here looking at this truck, and he was going from like a 2013, and he said this thing was wild to drive because he says it's so smooth, and going up the on-ramp, he says just was so nice. So let's get this thing out of the dealership here. I have to give a big shout out. Thank you again to Aaron here at Fairfield Ford for letting me come and steal this. We haven't been here enough. I would like to get back here, but let me know in the comments down below if you guys are enjoying this style vlog, style car review, or if you like how we kind of set it up prior. This was kind of, like I said, this was an impromptu thing, so I just grabbed some equipment and came down here to shoot this, those two whites side by side. So hopefully that was informational for you guys. But this thing drives just like my truck. The steering feels a little bit looser than my truck, just a little bit odd. I'm gonna try to get some air condition on just a teeny bit. Hopefully we don't pick up too much background noise. So let's head through the back roads of the city kind of thing. So pretty easy straight off out of there, pretty easy to drive so far. It's a little bit intimidating to look in the rearview mirror and see the big girth of this truck. But as far as sitting in it, I feel at home with my 2019 F-250 Super Duty. Height-wise, you're about the same. So it feels the same, so to speak. So now, a little bit harder comparison going from obviously my F-250 to this because of the things that I've done to the 250 over the 450. Plus, you've got a weight difference. So performance-wise, if you guys are looking at a 2020 F-250, you know, look, you guys are going to be hauling a lot less weight. So, and we've got to give a shout out real quick to California for the amazing roads. So you're definitely feeling the bumps. It's definitely a big truck. I feel like my truck doesn't feel this rough. So suspension might be slightly different. One of the things that I didn't point out that I did notice on the 2020 is the rear differential cover does come with a thinned rear diff cover stock for the 2020. So that's kind of nice. Brakes feel, you know, pretty decent, nothing major. You know, heading through, you know, second, third, fourth, fifth, it shifts quite a bit, obviously. Clearly it's shifting through the gears, but it's very seamless. It's very nice and smooth. One of the things on the F-250, especially with the delete, is you do tend to get a little bit of, you know, a skip from obviously gear to gear because it's shifting so much quicker and quicker and quicker. So this is smooth. It's very smooth shifting. The front end feels so light, and this is the wide track, and I think I'm going to try to make a U-turn at some point to show you guys this wide track. And what's really nice about the wide track is that you've got the tires, or the front end is pushed out further. That's why you've got the bigger front end and the flares on the front. But that's really for you guys to make be able to make a tight U-turn without having that big ginormous front end and big truck feel. So it's very, very tight radius. Now let's see, I don't want to do it here. So audio, climate control. So the new sync system is slightly different from the 2019 to the 2020. I'm of course used to the 2019, and I will say I absolutely love the Android Auto. I pretty much plug my phone in right as soon as I get in, and the whole system is all controlled by the Android Auto. So I really, really, really love the Android Auto. The navigation, it looks to be pretty much the same. The setups and everything is kind of the same. Little different font, little different style, but nothing too major different on that. Just a different layout, I think. I think connectivity, it's about the same. And then of course, like I said, it does have the Android Auto. And so we've got our engine brake, which that's funny because mine barks at me every time I touch the engine brake. It gives me a chime. So that's something new. So it doesn't give me that chime when I turn the engine brake on, so that's nice. We have our hill descent, lane keep assist. Of course, we have our adaptive cruise control. If you guys don't know about adaptive cruise control, I will give you one recommendation. Never, ever, ever drive a car with adaptive cruise control and ever want to go back to a standard cruise control, because the adaptive cruise control is just, it's out of this world. So if you guys haven't experienced it, the truck is very nice. Now I will say the going from the Infinity adaptive cruise control, it had a couple quirk safety features, like when the windshield wipers were on the Infinity, the adaptive cruise control would work. Where on the Ford, when the windshield wipers are on, it will work, but on the Infinity, it would go almost stop and go traffic, where on the Ford, it does stop at about 20 miles an hour. The adaptive cruise control does shut off and gives you a warning, and then you have to move from there. So the adaptive cruise control is absolutely a must-have. Of course, so for your guys' button controls, this is going to give you guys all through your top menus, your My View and your favorites. It's going to go to your trips and fuels, over to your truck info and your engine info and stuff like that. Your towing info with all of the truck stuff. Then you've got your off-road mode, which is going to give you your ratios and degrees of steering wheel turn and ups and downs and whatnot. And then, of course, you've got your settings that you can go in and change that. Now, real quick, I will tell you, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we've got our two little lanes hooked up here, and that's our lane keep assist. Now our lane keep system is off now, and now it's on, which gives you the two lanes. Now on the Infiniti, because that's where I first experienced it, the Infiniti actually gave you a little pull to keep you in the lane. When we go out of our lane, all it does is simply gives us a vibrate and lights up and gives us a vibrate that we're out of lane, okay? So I honestly, I keep, and that does start over 40 miles an hour. I keep mine off now because the vibration in the steering wheel, it's more annoying than anything. So the lane keep assist, not so great of a feature. It does have the pre-collision, what they call assist, which it's really just a flashing light and a chime to tell you that you're about to rear end somebody. The Infiniti gave you a little bit of a brake ahead of time. The only reason why I'm really going from this to an Infiniti is because a lot of the Infiniti kind of stapled a lot of these features, and Infiniti really had pioneered a lot of this stuff. And of course I went from an Infiniti to my F-250, so it's kind of a nice comparison. So I apologize if I'm kind of not comparing apples to apples, but as far as features, they are. Windshield wipers, you've got a nice delay, you've got an auto, which will go on and it'll stop when it starts to rain. It works pretty good. I will say this, the auto, I usually leave it on the first click, and most of the time it works pretty well. Down here we do have our mirror lights, which I wish were a little bit brighter, but they do have the mirror lights, so you can turn those two mirror lights on to give you a little projection. If you're looking for the curb lighting, it gives you that nice feature, so that it turns on there, and then I believe up above a certain speed they turn themselves back off. Your headlights you've got fully off, obviously fully on. You have your parking lights and auto. When clicked over in auto, once they turn on and you turn your fog lights on, your fog lights will turn on auto all the time. But until you set that kind of going, so I've turned the headlights on now and I've turned the fog lights on. So now when I go to auto, it will automatically turn the headlights and the fog lights on. And of course we've got the dimmer next to the instrument dimmer, which is to the right of there. And then down below, we have our adjustment for the foot pedal. What a different feel to go from the 250 to this. I mean, this thing is, it definitely doesn't get out of its way. And let me say that. Bumpy. For a 450, it's probably incredible. But for the 250, man, this thing is, so let's see, what else do we got down there? Oh, our tailgate release is down there, which obviously we can't activate right now because we're in motion. But when you're parked and in park, then the tailgate will release and be put down. So that's a very nice feature. Our back up to the center instrument cluster, you've got obviously your engine brake, traction control, then you have your hazards, your hill descent assist, which it does give you the warning that it only works at 20 miles per hour and less. So if you are looking to do a hill descent at higher speeds, that's what you're going to be using your engine brake for, okay? Then you have your lane keep assist, and then over here to the right, you'll have your camera, which we'll go over the cameras real quick because I absolutely love the 2, 4, 6 different cameras that they have in this truck. Makes it very, very nice in backing this big old truck up. So, of course, down to the Infotainment Center, nothing major about that, no major changes, but you do have Bluetooth, you do have Android Auto or Apple Play, and then you have your standard radio, high definition radio, and your Sirius radio. So you've got a lot of radio features in the Infotainment Center. Along with, of course, like I said, back here to home, we've got our phone, our climate, and our navigation. And then down below the Infotainment Center, you do have a full control of the climate control. And I never use the climate control setting on the screen. I just never do. I always use the climate control down below. So climate control down below, you've got your air conditioned seats, you've got your heated seats. Air conditioned seats are wonderful. Heated seats, they heat up pretty quick. It is a kind of a blowing air. But they get hot. Number 3 is hot. Once I feel that heat, I automatically turn it down to 1, and I'm personally comfy with that. And then of course you've got you've got your heated seats for your driver and passenger along with the air conditioning. But with the Platinum Series, you do have your heated only seats for your rear passengers, which is kind of nice, and that's individually controlled in the rear of the compartment for the rear passengers. A couple new features. My phone has been down here, and I didn't quite see when I put it on if it automatically charged, but there's a charger, a wireless charging port down there for you to set your phone on, and a nice little cover so you can keep it in there. Of course, you've got your 2 cup holders and your 2 cubbies over here. But what's nice about the 2 cubbies is you can slide the cup holder over, and essentially you have 4 total cup holders, which is kind of nice if you're into drinking that much. So center is just pretty much exactly the same. There's nothing different in the center console here. But let me see the turning radius in this thing. Geez, it's like almost a full another turn. And this thing, wow. Yeah, this thing, well, as you guys clearly know, if you guys are 450 people, it's just got an incredible turning radius. Into backup and into the camera. So it does give you kind of the girth of the rear end, your camera rear for the view in the back. And then of course you can hit the camera up here and it'll give you rear only. It'll give you a 360 rear, which is kind of nice. It's broken up into a larger 360 view. And then back into camera, then you can get just your bed for your 5th wheel hookup. So this is up on the 3rd brake light coming down into the bed. And then you have your auxiliary camera, which you can hook up to your trailer in the back. Very nice option. And then you've got your trailer hookups. And now the trailer hookups is basically a split screen all the way back, including each side of the truck. So when you are in backup mode, you can kind of line up the sides of the trailer to be able to see. And what's nice is you can actually favor one side to the other. So if you're favoring this side, you can get more view on this side than less view on that side. So very nice options. So the camera system's very, very nice. Now, I would like to see if it will allow me. So let's push the trailer backup assist on, and it is, so it wants to have a trailer backup. Now let's see if I can, so push OK. Rear parking aid, so we're gonna go on. So press the knob to exit. Enter. So I think we have to have a trailer set up on this in order for me to use the Pro Trailer Backup Assist. But it is there. It is a new feature for the 2020, so that's very nice. So all in all, guys, look, the 2020, there's not much difference. And I was really hoping that the 2020 was going to be a new truck, but it's really not. From 17, 18, 19, it was a great, amazing truck. They gave it a little bit of a facelift up front, but nothing that I would say, the truck is really the same as the 2017, 18, 19, and now 2020 with just a few added features. So hope this video was helpful for you guys on the 2020 difference between a 19 and a 20. I'm going to stick with my 19 F-250 Super Duty Platinum. I absolutely love it. So make sure you guys hit up here at Fairfield Ford if you guys are local to the Bay Area. They've got a huge stock of 450s already in stock. They've got a couple 2020s, and of course they've got 250s coming in. He said almost every day they've got a shipment of the 2020 F-250. So if you guys are looking for a 2020 Super Duty, make sure you hit up Fairfield Ford. They'll give you this best deal. Make sure you talk to Aaron. Tell him Cali Moto TV sent you. But thank you guys again for following, and I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog style car review. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. How did you guys like it? And also, is there something here at Fairfield Ford Lincoln that you guys would like me to drive and review next for you guys? Anyways, we'll see you next video. Bye, guys.